One thing is for certain, is that neocolonialism does exist, and it is even more intense than it was back then. Whenever anyone tries to stand between neocolonialism and fight for their people, fight in dismantling the agenda of neocolonialism, they always find themselves on the wrong side of things. Either their lives cut short, they are sent to jail, or either they are censored, one way or the other, to keep them silent. Well, this is exactly what we're going to take a look at with this holistic African doctor. He deals with herbs, and his testimony of how they tried to kill him many times for speaking out against neocolonialism, especially where the medical field is concerned, and standing up to the neocolonizers for the wrongs that they have done. And so we're going to take a listen, and I call on every African, Pan-African YouTubers to pay attention, because when you are a Pan-Africanist and you're fighting and for your people, it is not a game, because there's a price to pay. Let's take a listen to our dear brother.
Personally, are you never scared of talking the way you talk, of enlightening people? Have you faced any challenges in your journey?
A lot. I've been poisoned more than 6 times in those international conferences I've been to. Most of my colleagues have died as I wash. A lot of traditional healers of Kenya were poisoned in Egypt. They died, I think more than 12 of them died after a conference there. So, Mau were not going to the bush to survive. They were not going there to come back alive. But somehow, a time arises when what need to be done ought to be done for us to survive. And even if we don't survive, for our children to survive. In African tradition, we live for others. Mau people died for us. Without them, we would be talking what we are talking, where we are talking now. So, during any generation, liberational issues must be addressed. Otherwise, we'll perish, like the Aborigines, like the Mayan civilization in South America, like the Didian in North America, like many others in Canada. So, our survival requires, by the way, I'm a national hero. I'm a freedom fighter. My hero category is a freedom fighter. A freedom fighter is a selfless person. For your information, I didn't get into traditional medicine to make money. I got into traditional medicine to demonstrate that African indigenous knowledge has a role to play in our recapturing our identity, dignity, and in our survival and prosperity. I did that after 1978, when I went to National Council of Science and Technology after coming from US. After having been to Australia, then US, I realized in Australia, in US, even those people, they still respect their indigenous knowledge. The ones they came with from Europe. They do that in Australia, they do that in America, South America, and elsewhere. And I asked myself, how can we survive without our indigenous knowledge? When it is termed to be witchcraft, to be barbaric, does it mean we have to be European to survive? Can we survive as European in Kenya? Can we replicate Europe in Africa? It's not. There are ecological limitations. Our attitude, our soils, our water are unique. And survival and prosperity means sustainable adaptation to the reality of our ecosystem and environment. When it is unique, it requires unique approach. That unique approach is the African way. That is the African way that they have developed over millennia to survive, prosper, and even contribute to the rest of human civilization. And the minute we abandon that, we become a parasite. And many parasites survive at the mercy of the victim. And why should we accept to be parasites in our own motherland when God has been so gracious to us? What I mean by gracious, we survived where others didn't survive. We survived as a continent, as a continental people, still authentic, categorized as authentic African, where in Australia, the Aboriginal died out. The Mayan civilization died. The Radidian died out. So we should be proud of our own way of life, or our own culture. We should be proud of our own ancestors, particularly those who liberated, that gave us the liberation we have to where we are. But we have to sustain the momentum of total liberation.
So I give credit to our dear sister Lynn, as you have seen there, with this one-on-one interview with our dear brother. She has an awesome YouTube channel. You can go check it out. I have not, as you have seen, I have not played the entire, this is not the entire interview because of the length of time. So if you want to listen to everything, I will put the link in the description box. You can go navigate there so you can listen to the entire interview. Our dear brother asked a very important question. Those African politicians that are puppets, you know, they are continuing to become puppets working for the West. How do we deal with them? And that is a big question. How do we deal with such leaders? How do we deal with such politicians? Because they will continue to be there. They will continue, sadly, to give themselves over, you know, to the West, the Europe, not working in the interest of the people or for the people. How do we deal with them? Let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section below. All for now, take care, and God bless you guys. Bye-bye.